All right. How's it going, my magnificent sons of bitches? And as you see right here, I'm watching some sort of WWE press conference thing. And to be honest with you, I'm just kind of seeing how it's like probably too much. To be honest with you, they kind of WWE does a little too much now. And I think that's part of the problem with the WWE. Myself, you have them promoting some sort of weirded out soap operas. So, you know, I I don't know what the deal is. I don't even know where WWE is anymore too much. I watch it every now and again. There's stuff that I like on WWE, but none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? None of this pop culture, metrosexual bullshit. None of the fucking hearing the Cody Rhodes fans somewhere at a McDonald's with their feminine piss hitting the back of the urinal. Tinkle, 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 whatever it is, crying on the damn internet on their little social media platforms that I always have to listen to and endure is one of the reasons why I don't do too much in wrestling anymore. There's nothing there that's masculine. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like everything is like fucking apropos. The writing is absolutely fucking just to me. Looking at some of this stuff, I understand a little bit. Now, don't get crazy, little crybaby Cody fans. Hashtag crybaby Cody fans. I'm not going to take your side 100%. You're still ridiculous, particularly for threatening The Rock's daughter. So understand, you fucking stupid little fucking shills here on the internet that go over there and hit dislikes from your mom's basement. I'm not covering for you whatsoever. However, with that being said, I see some of the ridiculous writing that goes on in the WWE. And whenever I'm looking at the Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes segment, it was the lamest shit that I've ever seen. It might have been an episode of South Park where they were doing the bro offs. I do respect you, bro. West Side Stories, bro. Yeah, doing shit like that. And that's kind of the way that it felt. There's no real effort into this writing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of dry. And they could have done this a hell of a lot better. So the crybabies wouldn't be crying, much like they hijacked the Batista potential for a Batista fucking Brock Lesnar match eventually. They're now trying to hijack this WrestleMania, just like they did under Daniel Bryan, and ruin the whole WrestleMania. So with that being said, I wanted to go back and rewrite these segments where they're not so dry. Because there's no way in hell, that Seth Rollins should have came out there. This is the belt that you want, setting it up, kind of dog whistling to everybody that, he's not going to fight Roman, and to be honest with you, it doesn't even make sense for Cody to be fighting Roman Reigns, to be honest with you, because everybody's pretty much aware that he's really close to breaking the streak of Hulk Hogan's. And so, that's a monumental thing, no matter what you want to say. At the same time, you have all these simps on the internet claiming, first off, I want to make one thing perfectly fucking clear. You don't know what the dislikes look like. I know what the dislikes look like because I got a plug-in. But you motherfuckers don't know what the dislikes look like on those WWE videos because YouTube stopped doing the dislikes. They stopped showing the dislikes. So understand that those people flagging or disliking that WWE video, they did it intentionally. And then they were reviewing and tracking the dislikes on that video with a plugin, much like I have, whenever I go and take pictures, to go ahead and justify them looking like idiots. You know what I'm saying? You go back and look at the audience. Just go back. Don't even worry about the like to dislike ratio that fucking Conrad Thomas is going to sit there and talk about with Eric Bischoff on 83 Weeks, talking about how, it's the most disliked video. It's got 500,000 dislikes and shit, because that doesn't matter. What matters is the audience reaction. What matters is the casual fans' reaction. Because it doesn't matter to me My channel is not totally centered around wrestling. I get fucking a shit ton of views on wrestling videos, but that's not all I can do. I can get into other stuff. If I wanted to get into football, I can start doing draft videos. If I wanted to get into religious videos, I can do that as well. If I want to get into political videos, there's place for me on here. However, a lot of you channels, you're not very deep. You don't have anything else to go to. So you need this product to do good. And I can tell you right now, looking at the raw ratings with a 0.61 rating, that Cody isn't the big draw that you pretend like he is. He's a draw in your marginalized circle, but I guarantee you fucking Cody Rhodes wants more fucking people. He wants more fucking fans to go ahead and get interest into the product. And that's one thing that you don't understand. You know, Jericho got all his fans because of people like Hulk Hogan, because of people like Kevin Nash, because of people like Scott Hall, because of people like The Rock and Stone Cold. These were the motherfuckers they were going to see. They weren't going to stop what they're doing, leave work to go watch, Chris Jericho. They went for the whole roster, but mainly those were the big draws that everybody wanted to see: a Hulk Hogan face a Goldberg, or a Rock face The Undertaker, or Stone Cold faces Triple H or something. Those were the guys that people were paying to go see. You know what I'm saying? And by that, the guys like Shawn Michaels, the guys like Bret Hart would also be seen, and then they would get a fan base behind them that could go ahead and they could sell their merch. So that's what Cody wants. You think that Cody wants to sit here and live with 0.61 ratings? No, I doubt it. This shit that you're talking about, nostalgia, finishing the story and stuff, that's all fine and dandy. But, I guarantee you that Cody Rhodes would probably want a bigger paycheck. It probably means a lot more to you than it does to him. So here's how I would have rewritten those segments. This is how I would have written the Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins segment. This is how I would have rewritten the altercation between The Rock and Roman Reigns. So we start off the show, right? And Cody Rhodes is out there. Monday Night Raw. He's feeling happy. The little Cody, crybaby Cody fans are like, yes, 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 because they got their gimmicks confused this time. So they're still on the Daniel Bryan shit that they were lame ass shit that they were fucking on back in 2013, 2014, 2015, whenever y'all were doing that goofy shit. And so they're out there just like, oh, we want Cody, and everything like that, doing their things. Cody Rhodes comes out, and like I said, the pop behind Cody really isn't that big. You know what I'm saying? It's like a quarter of the audience. You go back and look at the Monday Night Raw, and you go back and look at the We Want Cody crowd, it's only like a quarter. And then the other 3/4 is kind of agitated at the one saying, we want Cody. You could tell them kind of rolling their eyes. Like, just shut up and enjoy the show, because that's what they're there to do. And so, very temperamental fan base. So you have Cody coming out, and he's out there saying, you know what? It's time to finish my story. It's time to probably move on to the next chapter. All of a sudden, Seth Rollins comes out, right? He's got that big, bad world title. You know what I'm saying? And he comes out there and he goes, I don't mean to be nosy, but, who are you really thinking about fighting? You know what I'm saying? Who are you thinking about it? And, Cody's trying to be respectful. He acts respectful. He's like, showing him it's impressive. You just won 2 back-to-back Royal Rumbles. That is an impressive feat. And so, you are going to main event WrestleMania for a second time. So what you have is Cody Rhodes over there, and he's looking and he's grinning, and like I said, something's just eating at Seth at the back of his mind. You don't know it, but it's eating at the back of Seth's mind, being the world champion and everything like that. Yeah, he's still cocky, but something's eating at Seth Rollins. All of a sudden, Cody says, here's the deal, Seth. Nothing but respect to you. You've done a hell of a job with that title, fighting champion. I have a lot of respect for you. I really, really do. But here's the deal, Cody. Here's the deal, Seth. I've already closed that chapter, facing you. I've already beat you, what did they say, 3 times? I've already beaten you 3 times. It's time for me to move on to my next chapter and to finish this book right here. All of a sudden, you see, you know, kind of smug a little bit. He's kind of sitting there laughing, looking down at the ground a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins attacks Cody Rhodes. He beats the shit out of Cody Rhodes, hits him with a chair, hits him with anything that he can. In fact, he beats the holy shit out of Cody that they have to take him out on a stretcher. And then, he's just sitting there just pummeling the fuck out of Cody. He grabs a microphone while they're trying to drag Seth, going just crazy on Cody, absolutely losing his shit on Cody. And he is just finished with Cody. They drag him up. He grabs a microphone and he goes, "Let me tell you something, Cody Rhodes. This isn't the end of your story. This is the end of my story. You've beaten me 3 times, and I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. I just made the choice for you." Now, Cody can't really make a choice right now because he's incapacitated. But this is what Cody Rhodes would run with all the way up until WrestleMania. He goes, "Would you want to be a corporate champion like Roman Reigns, the WWE, the corporate champion, the ass-kissing champion, or would you rather be a world champion like me? I am the world champion. You don't ever disrespect me. I am the world champion." And that's what he runs. He goes, "What is a corporate champion to a world champion?" This is kind of like the "what is a god to a king" whenever it was Godzilla versus King Kong. That's exactly what Seth Rollins runs with. What is a corporate champion to a world champion? And that's what he runs with. That's like his hashtag all the way up until WrestleMania. So, I would probably give Cody the week off the next week. That way it keeps it in suspense. But the very next night on freaking SmackDown, right? All of a sudden you have Roman Reigns out there and he's just laughing his ass off. They're watching clips from Monday Night Raw on there, and they're watching Cody get his ass kicked. And he's just sitting there like, "Oh, boy, look at what Seth did to Cody. Oh my God." He goes, "Seth wouldn't have done that to me. I wouldn't have let Seth do that to me. Seth knows better than to do that shit to me." And then they go, "You know what? Run that back." Him and the fucking Usos are back there. They're cracking up and shit. He goes, "Dog, he's wrong for that. I wouldn't let him get away with that. He's just over there cracking jokes and stuff like that." He goes, I would have took, Cody can sit there and talk about being a world champion, but if I wanted that champion, I would have taken it from him. I would have took them little stick figure arms of Seth's and made him beat himself up with them. And he's just sitting there roasting the shit out of Cody. He goes, "Hell, bro, he put you on a stretcher. Even if you do make it to WrestleMania, what kind of shape is he going to be in?" So, he's just kind of like laughing it off, feeling like, what, I don't have anything to worry about at WrestleMania. I don't have anything to worry about because this guy, even if he does decide he's going to fight me, he's already got his ass kicked by Seth Rollins. He's not going to be in any shape to face the fucking tribal chief. He's not in any shape to face the head of the table. He's in worse shape than he was before, whenever he faced him the last time. So all of a sudden you hear L.A. Knight. And then all of a sudden he comes out there. And LA Knight takes the place in Cody in this segment. And all of a sudden you just see Roman over there and he's smirking. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing coming out here? Why the hell are you talking to me? I'm the tribal chief. I've already beat you twice. So LA Knight comes out there and goes, "Look," he does the Drew McIntyre thing. The only reason that you still have those titles is because your cousins always get involved. They come and bail you out. I've had you beat. I know Heyman's afraid of me and all this kind of stuff. And that's the only reason you have that title around your neck right there. And so, Cody may not be in any shape to face you, but guess who is? L.A. Knight. And then Roman's just sitting there. He's smirking, right? He's like, "Look, man, I've already beaten you twice. I've already embarrassed the fuck out of you. Why the hell would I get back into the ring with you? What makes you think that you deserve to be in the ring And then LA Knight goes, you know what? You're right. You're right. You beat me twice. You know, whether it was fair or not, you still beat me twice. I understand the business. I need to get back into the end of the line. However, I know somebody who isn't afraid of you and somebody who does deserve that chance. And then all of a sudden, The Rock's music hits, and The Rock comes out, and he greets LA Knight, gives him a handshake, stuff like that, just kind of like what he did to Cody. Maybe not give him a hug, give him a handshake or something like that. You know, tell that they have respect for each other. And then all of a sudden, The Rock comes up to Roman Reigns, and he says, "You may be the head of the table right now, but I'm the giant whose shoulders you stood on. If you could stand." Then he just decks the shit out of fucking Roman, and Roman goes tumbling out the ring. So, you know, that's how I would have booked it. You know, that way you're setting up Monday night, you don't get an answer from Cody. You know, you have Seth Rollins going over there, coming out to the crowd, healing it up. He's getting the boos because he screwed over Cody. He ended up screwing him out, you know, injuring him and stuff like that. So Cody's not there for that week. But you know, Seth Rollins like, yeah, you know what? What's a corporate champion to a world champion? That's what he's doing. He's you know, then you have before, because they had CM Punk come out, and this is why I say this shit's half-assed. They don't have the kind of heart that they used to. This is probably a lot of the problem with the show that I see. So CM Punk's injured. Don't come out and say, "Oh, I gotta leave because I'm injured." Do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Do something with it. So you have you know, Seth Rollins come out. What the hell is a corporate champion to a world champion? CM Punk comes out and says, "You know what? You know, me and Cody, we were there together. I don't have any respect what you did to Cody. We were, I think, wasn't he like the second one eliminated, or he's the last one eliminated?" So he goes, "You know what? If Cody's not going to be here tonight, if you're going to put Cody on the shelf, if you're going to sit there and take these chicken shit tactics, well, then guess what? I'm going to go ahead. I'll step in. I'll fill this role, and I'll take that damn title off of you tonight. And then we'll see who's the world title holder." And then, of course, Seth Rollins beats CM Punk, injures CM Punk, puts CM Punk on the shelf. CM Punk is going to be out for, you know, however long CM Punk's going to be out for. And then the following Monday, you know, whenever Seth Rollins just thinks, "Hey, I just put fucking Cody Rhodes on the shelf for a week or so. I injured Cody Rhodes. I just injured CM Punk." And he's out there doing his then you have Cody Rhodes come out. And then, you know, at the end of Monday Night Raw, whenever he's beating the hell out of somebody, Cody Rhodes attacks. He comes out of the crowd, attacks him, beats him up and stuff like that. And he goes, "Let me tell you something. You wanted a match at WrestleMania. You want to go ahead and, you know, keep this chapter alive just a little bit longer. I can go ahead and keep this chapter alive a little bit longer. At WrestleMania, I'll be facing Seth Rollins." And that's how you would have been able to do it. And it wasn't like this chicken shit bullshit of, you know, Roman doesn't even fight, and he's not that great. You may be making like a thing for where you're going to have title versus title at some point in time. It's just really, really lame. It really is. So, yeah, you know, it's just like fucking Twitter feuds and shit. And this is part of the issue of why WWE can't really accumulate the audience that they had back when they had the Hogans and the Rocks and the Stone Colds. You wouldn't have had them having bromances and shit in the ring and stuff like that. You did every once in a while. But for the most part, these rivalries were taken seriously. The fans were respected that watched it a little bit more. They don't respect the fans today. None of this shit. That's why I don't even bother with AEW, because I know they don't have any respect for their fans whatsoever. So, you know, with the people that still watch it, they don't take the time to sit there and think, okay, how can we go ahead, make this match work? How can we go ahead and get Cody out of the feud with Roman Reigns, which is what everybody is anticipating, and make them want the feud with Seth Rollins? This doesn't only hurt the show, mind you, it also kind of hurts their fucking reputations and shit. Because if Cody Rhodes is like, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and hand this off to Rockets, that's how you fucking written the damn show. Like, oh, I'm just going to say that, yeah, I've been talking to people and The Rock talked me into letting him have. Now people are out there like, oh, The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. The Rock's going to bring in ratings. I guarantee you that motherfuckers at work are sitting there saying, man, The Rock is coming back. The Rock is coming back. The Rock is coming back. They don't even know who the fuck won the Royal Rumble. They didn't even give a shit. You know, it's going to be The Rock and his cousin fighting at WrestleMania. That's what they're saying. So that's just what it is. Like I said, my wrestling, I come in and I go out and I contribute what I can to the wrestling community. But at the end of the day, I don't do a lot of wrestling because wrestling isn't that entertaining. I don't see much of a market, and the market that you do have is saturated with people like Conrad Thomas and fucking what's that, JD from New York and all these other fucking guys that come out here and do wrestling videos saying, I think that Daniel Bryan and Hangman Page is going to be the best match. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see that synthetic bullshit, and you're not even putting any harder effort into it because you don't even like the product. So no way I'm going to come in here and lie to a bunch of people, blow a bunch of smoke up people's ass and say how great this product is. No, it isn't. I can't even stay invested. I do like LA Knight. I do like the Bloodline. I like some of the stuff. That's more guy shit, though. That's more masculine shit. Just like Barry Burton down here said, the stuff that's on Raw, like your Bianca Belairs and shit, that's for soccer moms. You know, that's for fucking millennials who are playing video games and shit, and they would rather play fucking WWE 2K, 4K, or whatever the fuck than actually watch the show. You know, there's potential there. There's stuff you could do with this card to make people get interested into it. But I mean, it's the same thing with the NFL and Taylor Swift. Cody Rhodes is the fucking Taylor Swift right now of the WWE. Nobody gives a fuck that would want to watch WrestleMania that isn't one of these garbage that does the fantasy booking shit that they do on their channels and stuff, where they're going to book a professional WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch or something. I mean, that's not going to get you much of an audience. I mean, if you're WWE, you're trying to get an audience. You're trying to get a fan base. You're trying to build a market around this. You're trying to go ahead and keep your ridiculous ass channels with your irrelevant ass opinions afloat, so you can go ahead and make videos on WWE and get 50 views or whatever it is that y'all get on your videos nowadays, and then buy 8,000 views from fucking YouTube to go ahead and promote the fucking product that you can't really promote worth the shit anyways. Cody and Zayn versus Rock and Roman, I tune in for that, but each of their, it is what it is. Shane McMahon will Amaya be my favorite McMahon. Yeah, I think that Shane McMahon's most everybody's favorite McMahon. I kind of found out, like, listening to some of the shit, but like I said, I don't even buy into the shit that they're coming out with right now. The Vince McMahon allegations I'm not even paying any attention to, because they used the stuff against Kobe, they used it against Ben Roethlisberger, Bill Cosby. It's the same shit. Donald Trump. So whenever they do this stuff, it just, like I said, I'm not interested into it, and it's really kind of hard for me to pay attention to wrestling. I would like to pay attention to wrestling. It's just like football. I'd really like to sit there and say, man, I got to get home and watch the Cowboys. I got to get home and watch the Longhorns. I'd like that, but whenever I do, whenever it's like the effort into it's half-ass, and whenever I'm watching wrestling and they're doing half-ass promos like they were doing and doing, subpar fucking story plots and shit, then I'm just going to sit there and flip it off, go back and watch some Tubi, go back and watch some old school shit, go back and watch old Rock videos where, he had the passion, where he's fighting Hulk Hogan, or doing, you want to fight with a great one, doing those killer promos that he used to do. When the writing was a hell of a lot better, whenever the fans really enthusiastically got into it, that pop for The Rock was a hell of a lot bigger than that fucking we want Cody fucking shit that they do. That we want Cody was like the fucking was like, it was like a quarter of the fucking, it was a quarter of the audience, but everybody popped when The Rock came out. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I might finish watching this WWE thing. I don't know if they get lame and have Bianca Belair out there saying, I got a soap opera out. on E, and it's talking about my life in the business. Nobody gives a fuck. All right, nobody cares. Nobody's watching those shit channels anyways. Nobody's watching the E or whatever the fuck. Nobody's watching this shit. They're all on YouTube, sitting there amusing themselves like I am. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. That's just how I would have booked the whole damn segment. I would have booked it like that. I would have had them come out. I would have done them a hell of a lot better than they did. Then maybe these fans wouldn't cry. These fans don't help anything. They make everything worse. The booking is pretty, like I said, the booking isn't too bad. You know, some of the people that they brought in aren't too bad. You got some of the character developing starting to happen, but some of the writing just really lacks a lot to be desired. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. You like, sub, follow, friend, do the shit the internet tells me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.